Okay, I wanted to explain something to some of y'all in case you're getting concerned thinking I might be draining wetlands. I want you to take a look at this. This is a ditch that I dug through here the other day and turned down going toward the highway out there. That's Highway 301 and in southeast Georgia. It runs all the way from way up there around Maryland, goes all the way to South Florida, goes way down. It's an old highway, been there way before I was born. But at any rate, I wanted to explain something to you. Down in the south where I live, we matter of fact, one of the things I tell people, I live on a tree farm. Our whole southeast down here is all about pine trees. Pine trees is good revenue, and they grow good down here. They grow wild like weeds almost. This is an area, these wetlands that you think I might be draining here aren't really wetlands. They are now because they're man-made wetlands. Used to, they don't do this much anymore. They do it a little bit, but not much. Used to, when they'd cut timber, they'd come in here and you see all this trash out here like this, where they cut the pines. They'd come in here with a big bulldozer like a D8 Caterpillar with a big blade on the front. They called a KG blade. I don't know what KG stands for, but it was an angled blade cupped with a sharp edge on it. And what they'd do, they'd skim the top of this ground, cut the tops off of those green pine stumps, which would make them rot in just a short time. And they would roll that stuff up into a windrow, what we call a windrow. This is one here that I've knocked the trees out of and leveled back out somewhat. The problems with that is a couple of problems. One thing, it takes away your topsoil a lot, so your trees don't grow as well. And the other thing, it piles this stuff up. Well, I could swing around here behind me. You see that mound of dirt there? That's what that is. That's an old, that's not been leveled out. But that's holding water, see, over in this area. This water can't drain off of this land. This land is relatively flat, but it drops down that to the east quite a bit here. Those windrows hold that water. I'm gonna walk over here and show you one that hasn't been disturbed. In other words, these trees, this was pushed off with a bulldozer, and in between the windrows, out here is where they planted the new pine trees. They would bed it up with a bedding plow and plant on beds. So you got those little beds that you can see there. You see water in between them. That's where the trees were at, and that's where the stumps are at now. And you see that? You see those line of oak trees there, and other type trees, gum and this, that, and other. That's a windrow. That was a pile of trash piled up, and dirt, and what we call root mat, which is where they skim off the top. So that leaves you after 25 years, you got some good fertile soil there. But also, it blocks the water, you know, from draining down the hill. Plus you got those trees there that's not desirable. They're no good for anything. They're just in the way. So what I'm doing, I'm knocking these windrows down. I'm gonna come back in here and replant this, but I'm gonna plant it by hand on flat ground. I'm not gonna have it bedded and plowed and all that stuff. Although I've had a lot done like that, I'm not going to do this like that. This is just a small 4-acre piece here, and I'm going to plant 1,000 trees on that 4 acres. Normally, in a plantation where they plant them, they'll plant, used to plant 600 trees to an acre. I've planted mine 500 to an acre. I don't like 600. That's too many in my book. So I'm going to, but I'll only have like 250 on these. I want enough pine trees out here for it to look good, but not enough pine trees for it to look like a plantation. like it does at my house where I planted that old hayfield. Those trees are doing good, but they don't, you know, it's not attractive to me, not really. I'll show you, I'll walk over here and show you another place on the building site. And don't give up on this cabin I'm gonna build. I will get it built, but you know, there's a lot going on. I'm an old man too, don't forget that. And right now we're, you know, my dump truck's broke down and things, and it's wet. I'm kind of on hold right now, so I'm doing this other stuff. Plus I need to get these trees planted no later than February, you know, so I got to get going here. But I'll show you what I done here when I hauled dirt in for this building site. I backed it right up to a windrow and brought the dirt up to the level of the dirt that was on the windrow. So that just gives you another idea of what I'm dealing with. You can see the difference. You see this fresh dirt here, that's yellow, and this old windrow here. See how that's mounded up right there? Now I'm gonna knock the top off of that and kind of level it down, just like I did this. Well, this end, you see this end has been leveled down some, kind of brought back to the natural level. Out here will be the drain field for the septic system. I've got all the stumps taken out of that, and then eventually, you know, I'll clean all that up out there and get it. The idea is to get it more leveled out and where the water can move off, you know, in heavy rain and stuff like that. Nobody wants rainwater standing in their yards. But anyway, I just wanted to explain that. I didn't want you to think that I was getting away with draining wetland, because that's not exactly what it is. It's wetland now because of the way they ran these windrows. If they had KG'd this in the other direction, done it towards the highway, while it would have drained the water better, it would have drained it too much. It would have washed out and made gullies and that type of stuff, you know. So it's not unusual for them to drain it to windrow it across. This is some here that I've leveled down, and so I just wanted to. By the way, that's my brother-in-law's pickup I got borrowed while I'm getting mine fixed. But I just wanted to let y'all know that this is not I'm not trying to be environmental unfriendly or whatever they call it on the TV. But as you can see, there's a lot to do out here to make this look presentable. But this down here in the southeast, where you see all this brown and looks rough out here now, boy, by this time next year it'll look totally different, because everything will be up and it'll be green. All these old gallberries and stuff like that will be up and it'll be green and look totally different. What would be ideal out here is to fence it up and put a bunch of goats in it, and that'd make it look good. They'll make it look good, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'm not going to do it, but who knows. But anyway, just wanted to kind of give y'all an update on what's going on. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.